Hey, what's going on, OCR fans? We just wrapped up the month of December, and I wanted to put out a what the hell happened in December in obstacle course racing YouTube video, like I've been doing each month. But as you guys know, December, it's full of holidays, Christmas, New Year's, all that stuff, and not too much news to talk about, right? But we do have a couple things that I wanted to mention, along with I wanted to talk about like my 2026 plans personally and with the site. And also something fun. I just launched like a new spot on the website where you can like share your thoughts of 2025. And we'll go into that here soon. Just a place where you can kind of jot down some comments and everything. And I want to do like a cool like year-end recap post or maybe YouTube video, maybe next month, since I'm sure January is going to be pretty light as well. But yeah, just a couple quick things to talk about. So let's dive into it. I guess starting out, we have Spartan Race put on a trifecta weekend, like their last one in the US in mid-December, December 13th. It's just a normal Spartan race, but just looking at like the top 10 list, I found it kind of interesting. So I thought you guys might too. So let's just take a quick look at this. Jonathan, who came in second, he told me, I don't know this for sure, but I think he was saying that like Alvaro Vasquez hasn't shown up to a Spartan race in a couple years. So it's cool that this guy, Alvaro, who's like, 41 years old now, can show back up and show that he still has what it takes to come in first. Jonathan, John, second and third, these are some dudes who have really been stepping it up in OCR this past year, and we've been seeing them like hit podiums more often, which is pretty cool to see. And then, yeah, I just like this top 10 list because our favorite dude in OCR photography, Joe Martello, decides to race the event instead of like jump around and take pictures, and comes in fourth place. Like the guy is pretty impressive, both with a camera and running too, it looks like. And then Cassandra, Joe's wife here, comes in seventh place. And then we got Taylor in ninth. So we got two women in the top 10. And then, like I said, Alvaro, Jonathan, John, Joe. It was just a cool like top 10 list to look at. I just thought that was pretty interesting. And then if we look at the super that happened the next day, where are we at? John, it shows, like, is this accurate? John D coming in first place. Awesome job for him. Like, I'm not that surprised. But Cassandra in second overall in, what is this, 17 seconds behind John? Like, that's wild to look at. 17 seconds away, and she could have been first overall. I heard something, I think, from her or Joe earlier this year about she had a goal of like getting first overall in a race. I don't think it happened, but yeah, I'm thinking like 2026 is probably going to be her year. She's so close. And then Scott the Fane Knowles. If you guys listen to his podcast, it's great. And coming in third place, pretty cool. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to mention with like Spartan Race trifecta weekend in Florida. It was just, I'm stretching a little bit here, guys. Like, there's not too much to talk about. The only other thing that like kind of popped up in December was with Tough Mudder, World's Toughest Mudder, I guess. They had a little bit of news, a couple changes coming to their 2026 event. So we had Tough Mudder coming out in December and putting out two new rules for WTM that's coming up in, I think it's in June of 2026. Back again in like Beaver Castle, UK. They're calling it, the first one I'll talk about is Morning Glory, which I guess is 9 to 11 a.m. So a full 2-hour period, which a lot of the guys who are like age group elite, you're probably doing your lap in 2 hours. So this might be like a full lap that you could otherwise complete, but they're saying that any open obstacle that's there between 9 and 11 a.m. If you're on course during that time, you have to do it twice. This could have a pretty big impact on like just your overall performance, and also on like the number of miles that you're achieving for the total event. I guess it all depends on like which obstacles are open, and also like what those penalties look like if you have to do the penalty twice. But that's kind of a gut punch to someone who's, you know, right on the cusp of, you know, getting that big 50 or 75 or 100 mile mark is their goal. And then they see a rule change like this. I won't be there going for miles this year, but yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. It's gonna be tough. But maybe it won't be as bad as we think. I don't know. It just depends on which obstacles are open. The second one is a wait to go, they're calling it. So I guess after lap 9, 45 miles, you take your bypass wristband and a weighted widget. There's rumors going around of what this weighted widget might be. We really don't know at this, like, again, like this could be a big deal. It might not. But it looks like you have to take this weighted widget, and carry it for all of lap 10. I assume you're done with it after lap 10, but some people are saying maybe it's just like a carabiner, just like a little, 5-ounce carabiner. But it does say weighted widget, so I don't know if it's under like 7 pounds or so, it's probably not going to have a huge effect, but probably start going over like 10, 12 pounds, and it's going to start to have a pretty big impact on your running performance for that lap as well. So 2 big changes, and a lot of people aren't that psyched about it, but at the same time, we don't have that much info. So just throwing it out there. We'll see what happens. Okay, so what was that? 2 items? I don't know. There's probably some other stuff that happened in December, but that's all I really picked up. Like I said, very light month. Couple more things we'll talk about. I had a couple people message me and ask me where will I see you at? What races are you doing? And honestly, this is a pretty tight year. I'm not doing that much. I have a lot of family obligations and trips going on. Also, I'm getting married this fall, eloping, and then a honeymoon, then a reception later on. It's taken up a lot of vacation days, and taken away a lot of opportunities to get to races. Along with, I put my own trail and obstacle course race on. I did it in 2025, doing it again in 2026, July 25th in the Pennsylvania area, if you guys are around. But that takes up a good, 5 to 8 week period where it's consuming a lot of my time. But I will say, Jacksonville, Florida, the end of February, I will be there. I've not signed up for the race. I did get the flights though, so I'm flying out there. Don't know what race I'm doing yet. Maybe both of them. Probably age group. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm excited about that. Get some warm, sunny weather at the end of February here, coming up in 7 weeks or something. There's an Ohio race, the Cleveland one. It's the east part of Ohio. I will definitely be there. And Spartan Palmerton, I'm sure I'll be there too. I go there every year. But like I said, it's a pretty light year for me just because there's a lot of other things going on. But hopefully I'll see some of you guys out there. And there's also some flexibility of just there's a bunch of races that are just maybes on my schedule. If work and stuff is working out, I can just maybe jump into a few others here and there. But I wanted to mention that. And then plans with the website, the social media account here, getting back into the newsletters. It was kind of back and forth a little bit in 2025, but I do plan on doing that about 2 times per month, and have some cool ideas with that. So expect more of the newsletters coming out. And then these YouTube videos, I'll be doing at least 1 up to 2 per month. I have some various ideas. I should be getting 2 out here in January, so give it another week or 2, have another one out. That's kind of looking at like stats and the state of OCR in 2025. What else? Polls. I've talked about this before, and we've done it in 2025. Had some like prediction contests with some of the races, and I'm doing that again. And there's actually going to be some like prizes this time, which is cool. So like as the year goes on, each race will have a little bit of a prize, and then we're also going to do like a final overall winner for all the prediction contests. There's probably going to be like 6 of them, kind of focused on the big races with like pretty good, solid, stacked competition that shows up. So it's, you know, just more fun to pick your top 5 and all. Okay, and then the last thing I wanted to talk about real quick was I've got something fun for you guys. I wanted you guys to help out and give some input and take part in this end of year recap. So I launched a spot on the website where you can share your thoughts on 2025. It's not the type of thing where you're just like, hey, you know, who was the best athlete, and you're going down the drop down list and picking somebody and like the basics, like who was your favorite brand, like favorite event or event company. It's more open-ended, and you can kind of go in and fill out all of it or just a couple items if you want to. And also, you know, you can have a short sentence. You can give me a whole paragraph if you want to. It's super open-ended. You can put in whatever you want. But we have things like best moment of 2025. Like, any thoughts for that? Who you follow on Instagram? Who's the best OCR athlete to follow on Instagram? Like, we want to know. Who is it? Are we following them? Like, people should know. Let's shout them out. Athlete of the year. It's kind of vague. Like, it's not going into like short course or standard course or certain mileage or like what part of the country they're in, but just throw in who you're thinking about, who to watch out for in 2026. If you have an idea of like what's the most positive thing that happened in our sport, the most negative over the year, any predictions, and then just freaking anything else that you want to put in there. Where you live, Instagram, name, whatever. You can be public or remain anonymous, because overall I will be probably making a post of this, but also I'm probably gonna make have a YouTube video talking about all the answers and things that come up from this, and it might be in what the hell happened in January in obstacle course racing, just because I assume January is gonna be pretty light as well. Or it might be its own video. I'm not sure yet. We'll see what kind of responses I get and how much there is to look at. But that's really all I got, you know? All right, so that's all I really had. Should I mention it? I don't know. This is supposed to be like, what the hell happened in December? It is January 7th that I'm recording this. And as probably the vast majority of you know, Savage Race came out and said, hey, we're cutting back, getting rid of 10 of the 13 events that were planned for 2026. Pretty upsetting information, and there's been a lot of discussion about what that looks like. Just kind of sad overall, because Savage Race is a pretty great event that goes on in the US, and everyone here loves that they have the option of, you know, signing up for one of their events. I was planning to actually go to their Ohio event this year. I've been to that one a couple times, and I like that venue, but gonna have to pass on that this time. So might touch on it more next month. Just kind of weird because it is, you know, a January news item, but putting it out there. All right, that's all I had, guys. If you don't already, follow me on Instagram. The social account for this is the OCR Crew. And sign up for the newsletter if you haven't yet. Like I said, some more of those are coming out more consistently, twice a month. Those should be fun. And then on the YouTube here, subscribe if you haven't. Hit the little thumbs up thingy. Maybe throw a comment in, share it or something. Help out the algorithm, or you know, whatever. But hope you guys have fun training for the rest of the month. And like I said, I'll probably have another one out here in a week or two about the state of OCR in 2025.